Hello, I'm Donna De La Rue, and joining me today to discuss the roles of women in Freemasonry are Kerry Jones, wife of current Grand Master Bob Jones, Sue Benedict, wife of Deputy Grand Master Hillel Benedict, Pat Sebo, wife of past Grand Master Gary Sebo, and Rosemary Evans, wife of past Grand Master John Evans. Pat, what do you think this organisation offers in comparison to other organisations that you and Gary might have been involved in?
I think because the history of it, it's been going so long and it's had such adverse publicity along the way, and that some of that adverse publicity has been of their own making because they haven't opened up the way they're doing now, and that's the big difference. Everything was, don't talk about it, don't look in the case. But it's totally different now, and going into the lodge ceremonies makes a big difference indeed. And I think it's really good because there's so many diverse people belong to Freemasonry. They come from all walks of life. And also I think the self-development of some of the chaps who go in, and in Victoria we're a little bit different to some of the other states where they read work in the lodge room, where our Freemasons have to memorise it, and that's a big difference.
So Kerry, Bob became a Freemason at 18, yes. And you were with him before he even joined Freemasonry, yes. And now still after 40 years in Freemasonry together.
We are still side by side.
How do you think that has affected or complemented you as a couple?
I think it's definitely brought me out of a shell that I was in. I was always a very shy person, whereas Bob's out there promoting Freemasonry, whereas I sort of sat back and thought, I'll just listen to what he's saying. The kids weren't interested in becoming Freemasons, but they support his father in whatever he's doing. They'll be there at his next installation later this month. And as I say, there's no problems. The kids get on like a house on fire, and the wheels go around smoothly.
What I find with Freemasonry, when we were Grand Master, we spent more time together because we were travelling a lot. We did a lot of interstate and country trips, and we spent time together in the car. We could talk in the car, whereas we always got things to do at home. And we had weekends away and lots of fun outside Freemasonry. Saw parts of Victoria that we'd never seen, and I think that is probably not only a benefit for the Grand Lodge team, but our Masters group still functions after 40 years, and we go interstate with that group, and we meet them every couple of months, catching up with old friends, and we thoroughly enjoy it.
I think that having said, because Hillel was a Freemason since 1975, in 1992 when he went into his first Grand Lodge team, he had quite an active role, the position he took, and I guess I made the choice that year. It was either he was going to do this on his own or I was going to do it with him. And I think, all his involvement in Grand Lodge, we've gone through those years together and along the way. So I think, and as Rosemary said, we've done a lot of things together.
You couldn't do it if it wasn't a partnership, because it just wouldn't work. Both have to be all in together.
Rosemary, women seem to have a lot of fun in Freemasonry with a lot of activities. Do you think women not being permitted to be members detracts from the fun and activities that you're enjoying together?
Not at all, not at all. We can make our own fun. With the trips away, with the meetings that we go to, there's always people that you've known for a long time, people that you haven't met before. A lot of the gatherings, they have speakers and fun events. I've met a lot of people that I would not have otherwise met through Freemasonry. My good friend Kerry here, we've travelled the world together.
We have.
And we've had a lot of fun.
Sure did.
And we're still having fun.
We are.
And we'll have more. I don't see that it detracts at all. In fact, I think in some ways it's better that our husbands go and do their Freemasonry thing and we're left outside to do our own thing.
Well, I think from the beginning we accept that there are things we're not going to be included in, and they're actually, in the overall scheme of things, it's not very much that we don't see in the lodge room. There's only a few things that we don't see, and even when a lodge is meeting and they're going up to do a certain amount of work, there are still some people, men, who have to leave the room because they're not yet at that level. So I think we accept from the beginning that there are going to be a number of things that we won't see in a lodge room, but we're quite happy about it.
I just think it's really nice. It's special that the guys have their own time to do their own lodge things, and you know, there are things that I do. I have my own hobbies, and I enjoy doing what I like to do and have my own time to myself. And I think it's great that Hillel's got that time to go out and, you know, be with other guys, and you know, they've got their social and the brotherhood, and they can talk to each other as well, which, you know, it's great, because sometimes you find a lot of men won't open up, and I think for Hillel, he's got a lot of good friends in Freemasonry that he has opened up to, that have become such close friends.
Yes.
So you've got a 30-year-old son, I believe. Do you think that Freemasonry is relevant today to men in his generation?
Absolutely. I think it's even more relevant today than maybe it was years ago. Freemasonry, any organisation that teaches, you know, young people, or people, you know, good values, trust, helps to build their self-esteem, gives them confidence, teaches them benevolence and charity, anything like that, and gives them some structure to their life. I mean, sometimes these days that's missing a little bit with the younger generation, and just to give them some structure, and I think it's great. I think it's very relevant.
Pat, for being involved in Freemasonry for over 50 years, how do you think Freemasons Victoria has changed?
I think it's changed a lot because it's become more open, and I think also perhaps had we been more open a few years back, I think all of our sons, there are no Freemasons in that generation, and I think we've skipped a generation because we didn't open up and move things along earlier, because they just don't know how good it is and the values of it. The values are very high that they live up to. And I think, yes, it's a pity that we've missed all those young people. But with the computer and that now, well, they're picking up a lot of young people now, so hopefully the numbers will continue to grow over the years to come, because it offers something special. I'm a Catholic, but I think it's the best thing that's been hidden all these years, yes.
I think that one of the things about the change in Freemasonry is the name. I like the name Freemasons being out there.
Yes.
I think also that if anyone drives down Punt Road and sees, you know, Freemasons at the homes, the sign outside the hospital, even though it's not ours anymore, just seeing Freemasons being out there for benevolence and charity is a great thing.
Yes, and I think also our education, the money that we spend there is enormous.
Yes, and the scholarships.
Yes, and it's so hard to gain publicity in the daily papers. So I think, you know.
But that's happening now more so.
It is.
And now with this whole show in Channel 31, when would we have been? Well, Freemasons would not have been on TV before in a show like this. So it's changed a lot.
We're moving with the times.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, ladies, thanks for joining us tonight, Kerry and Rosemary and Sue and Pat.
Thank you, Donna.
And we hope to see you again soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much.